Hi everyone, it's Bridget with Bees Altered Designs. I am coming to you with my first DT project for ButterBeeScraps on Zibbet. I'm a guest designer for the month of January, and I just like to show you what I used first before I show you my project. I used these door knockers and some of the flowers, and this sentiment that says, "Where there's a will, there's a way." A bronze filigree. And this is the number. And one of these, I love these. I didn't use the rose on these. The number is 538, but I used the rest of it. And I will have a short tutorial after this video, so stay tuned for that on what I actually did to that bronze filigree. So I will insert a picture of what my project looked like before. I had purchased this clock a long time ago and couldn't decide what I wanted to do with it. Thought the tea kettle was really cute and ended up not using it anyways. This is my project afterwards. So I took the clock mechanisms out because I didn't want to use it as a clock, and I took the teapot off. I'm going to use that for a different project. And I used the Secret Garden Graphic 45 paper, and this is just darling. It is just the cutest. I fussy cutted her out and the fence, and I just think that is so cute. So over here I used the Secret Garden papers to make flowers. So I made all these flowers here. And I put some sprays here, some like crystal sprays. And I used the clear bling on all my flowers because I wanted them to pop a little more. This is a chipboard piece that I painted, the color that I painted the clock, and then I just embossed it with clear embossing powder. I used one of the ButterBeeScraps door knockers right here, and this I got free in one of the orders that I had placed with her. She sends you a little bag of a couple little goodies, so I'd use that. The bird here is also one of hers that I received. The bling on the tail, there's a hole there, so that's because you can hang it on a charm. So I covered that with a piece of bling. And then I have some wooden clouds up here that I just embossed. Down here I just have a bunch of flowers that I had in my stash, and I just put them together. I didn't make anything that's in there as far as the flowers. Underneath this blue flower is a filigree from ButterBeeScraps. I had gotten that in another order in a little bag. Over here, there's a bronze. The bronze filigree is back here. I embossed it with white embossing powder. So it looked, I wanted it to look like a rose trellis. And then here's where, this is where I put that rose, the one that I took the rose off of. I used the leaves in the background, and I made these out of those little flowers. And I am going to show you that after I'm done explaining this. And I put some lace here with some flat back pearl trim around. I used one of her sentiments, "Where there's a will, there's a way," and I just put bling where the holes were to cover that up. I put flowers that I made all the way around. I used a wooden bike here that I just embossed and textured a little. And these are Wild Orchid Craft flowers, but all these other ones, like I said, are from the paper line. And that is my project. I will shoot in a couple pictures of this. So anyways, let's get on to the tutorial, and I will be right back with that. Hi everyone. Okay, I'm back with the tutorial on how I put together this little floral arrangement there. Really simple and easy. I'm using one of these big roses. And like I said, her stuff is so nice, and it's so easy to pick this apart. I'm going to take a pair of little scissors, and I'm just going to cut all of this off. So basically I'm going to cut the rose off, the top of the rose off. And, you know, your Tim Holtz scissors will probably go right through this stuff like butter. And then you can just save this for another project. And then you have this. So I'm just going to round out my leaves to make them look more like leaves. Now we have that all cut apart. So then what I do is I take my round pliers, I just clamp them right here in the middle, and then I take these pliers, they kind of have ridges here, and I get a grip on it, and then I just push up. Okay, so I'm going to bend the flowers, bend the leaves so they actually look like 3D. Okay, and then I'm going to do that to all of them. So then when you're done with that, what I do is I take this embossing writer and I just kind of like, I just put some embossing ink, and you can do this with a paintbrush too, and your embossing pad, or if you have the embossing ink refill, like I have one of these. I use this often too. I've had it for a long time though. I've like, see how old the label is, and like it just, I never run out of it. So I'm just putting some randomly on the leaves. I'm not covering the whole leaf. And then I have green embossing powder. So I'm just going to embossing powder topiary, and it's Stampin' Stuff. And then I'm just going to cover this with embossing powder. Okay, let me put this away. Oops, I'm such a slob. Sorry guys. So let me pick this up. Okay, and then we're just going to okay, so we just embossed the metal with green. So you have green metal leaves like that. And then all I did for the little flowers that are in here is, oh, I didn't get wire. Let me get some, I'll be right back. Okay, you just get some wire. It's just easier to do it this way because you can hold it. So what I did was I took some wire. Oh, goodness. Okay. So I took some wire and I put one of these on this way. No. I did it backwards. And then I folded this over, I bent this over so it would stay on there. And then I took a bead. Bend these up a little so the bead stays in there. Oops. Only for me when I'm trying to do a tutorial. These all came out perfect. First time around when I did them off camera. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, and then find a small bead that you want to put in there. I'm going to put a drop of hot glue in there. I'm going to stick my bead in there. If I can get it in there before the glue dries. And then you're just going to push the petals up and around this bead. And then you're just going to take another one and put it up through. These are kind of like the other ones that she has in her store already done like this. But I wanted to use this one. So you can just leave it with one, or you can go for two. And you can stagger them. Let me put some glue on here. Oh, there is glue. You can stagger them so they look like that. And then just bend your wire and clip it. I guess I do have to put some glue in there because they keep moving. And I used glossy accents when I did mine. But for the sake of this tutorial, I am just using hot glue because it, it dries faster. Okay, and then just clip this. And then what I did was I just glued them in different spots on here. See? And that's, oops, that's hot. Sorry. Oh my goodness. So there. And that's all I did. And I just did 3. And that's how I achieved the look of this. So yeah, so that is my design team project and my short little tutorial. And thank you all for watching and coming out and supporting. And be sure to check out ButterBeeScraps store on Zibbet. She has some awesome stuff, and I really enjoyed working with it. So